So I'm going to do this little quick tutorial on how to properly do mail merge for mailing labels. So this is the Excel sheet that already has the contact information, name, address, all that good stuff. So what I do, you actually can sort this inside of mail merge, or you can go ahead and sort it inside of Excel and then just bring the mail merge. I prefer to go ahead and sort it so it can be in alphabetical order. You don't have to, but it looks nicer. So to sort your columns, okay, what I'm going to do, just click anywhere in the cells, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to click on the data tab. And from there, I'm going to click on sort. And I get this little sort box. I'm going to choose to sort by, and it'll list all the available columns. So I'm going to sort by last name. And I'm going to do from A to Z, which is ascending. And then I want to add another sort. I'm going to do add level, just in case, and this family reunion. So a lot of people have the same last name. So that way, if everybody's name is Rice, and then it'll go to the next column, which is the first name, and start to sort alphabetical order in the second name. So I'm gonna say sort by the last name and then sort by the first name. And I'm just gonna say okay. And then now you see if I go to the top of the list, they are in that alphabetical order. And as you can see, for people named Browning, you see that also in the first name, these are also from A to Z within this. So now that I have this sorted, I'm gonna go ahead and save it, okay? And the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open up Microsoft Word. I'm just gonna bring that over here. I already have Word open. And pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead and click on mailing. And I'm going to click here in the start mail merge group. I'm going to click here. And I'm just going to quickly do the step-by-step wizard. I know it has that label option and it has envelopes and all those, but that add a little bit more work. The wizards are good because they just prompt you and just hit next. Next, it does all the work for you. So let me just go ahead and click on step-by-step mail merge. And I get this little box over here to the right. I'm just going to choose labels because I want labels. And then I'm going to choose next, okay? And then after that, it's like, okay, the next thing I want you to do is choose your label options, your label size, like what size labels you have. So I'm going to click here on label options. Now, the standard labels that you get are the Microsoft labels. Now, notice it has two of them that has 30 pages. But if I click on the first one, if you look to the right, it says a paper size 11 by 8.5, which is landscaping. So it's 11 inches wide, 8 inches long. But I don't want that. So, that's like getting 10 across and 3 down. But we're going to choose the second 30 page, and you'll see over the right, it gives you the label information. So these are your standard labels information, which that prints on a standard page. Okay. Now, if you want to, you do have certain vendors. If you get special vendors label, then you can just choose here and you can look for that vendor. But again, by default, Microsoft is the default one. And again, we're going to use the 30 page, but make sure you use the second one that has the landscaping dimension, which is 8 by 5 wide and 11 inches long. So once we got that chose, that's going to give us 30 labels on a page. Go ahead and choose OK. And it gives me a little preview of how it's going to look. And then I'm going to choose next to select my recipients, which are the people that I'm going to mail. Now you can actually type in everybody, but we don't have to because we got them already in an Excel sheet. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and click on browse so we can browse out to the file where that Excel sheet is. Now I save this file in my download folder. Anytime you download anything off the internet, by default, it's gonna go to the downloads, okay? So, but don't choose the download on the quick access. Go under, let's scroll here, and just to be safe on where it says this PC, I'm going to choose downloads here because that's where I loaded my Excel file. And this is the Excel file. And so we'll go ahead and click on here, my labels, choose open. And when this box come up, it comes up because in Excel, you have several sheets. So let me just show you. I'm just going to pull up Excel for a minute. See, I got the sheet one. I can have another sheet. So I just want to make sure you get the data off that first sheet. We only have data on that first sheet, so we good. So we're going to say, yeah, we want that first sheet. Now notice here, it says first row of data contain column headings. You need to have this checked if your first row have column heading so that Microsoft would know or Word would know not to take that first column as data. So it knows not to take this, I'm sorry, not column, but row. It knows not to take this first row as actual data to go on the mailing because these are my column headings, okay? Now, if you didn't have column headings, then you don't need to check that. But this file has column heading, so we want to make sure we say that first row of data contain column headings. So just go ahead and hit OK. Okay. And now you get a preview of the data that was in that file that's going to come in. Now you see you have this option here where you can sort. So, but I've already sorted in Excel, but if you wanted to, you could have sorted here inside Mail Merge. You also can go in and filter for duplicates just in case. I got some duplicate names here. Look like I do. So look like I didn't even notice that, but look like Betty, Beatty. But well, yeah, it's the same person. Look like the last name is spelled with two T's here. And it has the same address, so I'm assuming that is the same person listed twice. So you can go in and if you wanted to, and we'll just do it since we're here, we can go in and find duplicates. And it'll go in and find all these duplicate records. And you have quite a few here. I thought it was just one. But you have some duplicate rows of record. So that way, if you wanted to look like, just kind of check it and say, okay, these are the same people. But I don't know about the Jesse Browning because it shows two different address, but it has the same city and state. Same thing about Lily. So, you know, they could possibly be two different people, but you can go in and check and see do you have duplicates, and if you do, you know, you see right here it says the following entries appear to be duplicate. Use the checkbox to select the entries that you want to include in your merge. So I can uncheck certain people if I'm like don't include this person because they're already here. But again, I'm just gonna leave it as it is because I don't know, but just wanted to show you that. So let's just go ahead and hit OK. Now, when I get to this one, now I'm going to hit my next. Notice that this first, and I'm already selected here in this first label. And that's fine. And it show like next record. But just go ahead and click on arrange your labels, which is next. So just hit next again. And right here, this is when you want to set up your address block. And the way the address block works, it has you to look at the first one as an example. And so you could, and it'll pick up on all the other ones in the actual file. But it'll look at that first record or row and say, how do you want to set that up? You know, do you want to put Mrs. and Mrs.? Do you want to have, you know, just you get to format it how you want that label to look. So you're going to click on address block. I'm going to click address block. And here, notice that it didn't. It only picked up on the first last name and the address, but I'm missing my city and state and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, let me make sure I include those. So most of the time it come over, but if it doesn't come over, that's fine. Just click on match fields. And you want to make sure, like I want to make sure my city is showing. So I'm going to choose city. I want to make sure my state is showing. I'm going to choose state. And I want to make sure the postal code is showing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. The other ones like first name and address were already there. And I'm just going to hit OK. Then I'm going to look at it like, yeah, that's how I want it. Now, here are some options over here. I don't mess with these, but you could do like if you wanted the last name to be first, comma, first name. If you want to put Mr. and Mrs. in front of it, I'm just going to leave it as the default. And that's how I want it to look. So again, if all your fields don't come over, just click on match field and make sure you select the fields that you want. Okay. So I'm going to hit cancel and that's what I want. I'm going to hit OK. And now it has the address block in there. in that particular format, I want all the other records or rows to pick up all the same. So I'm going to click update all labels. So make sure you click update all labels. Let me go ahead and click that. And now it did update. And I'm just going to click preview your labels. And now I get a preview of my labels. And then I can complete the mail merge. And it's done. Now notice that when you like, I scroll down and I only see one page. Where are all these records? Well, in mail merge, it's just going to show you a preview of the first one. You can go ahead and click here to get a preview of the second page and so forth and so forth. I'm just going to go back to that first page. And then the last thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and click on finish and merge. You can click this, or you can just click the arrow and hit the first one. It does the same thing. And then when I do that, it's like, okay, what do you want to merge? I want all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it on all, and I'm gonna hit OK. Now, when I do this, it's actually gonna open up a second Word file for me with all my information merged. And these are my labels. And notice it has labels 3 at the top. It automatically label 3. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this file. I'm gonna hit save as, and you choose a location where you want to save it. I'm just gonna save it in I'll save it in my downloads, or either I'll save it on a desktop, but you just choose where you want to save it. One thing about saving files, just know where you're saving stuff at, okay? I'm gonna do download, and always look in the address bar so you can see where this file is being saved. And I'm just gonna call it Rice Family Labels. Rice Family Labels. And again, it's gonna be in the downloads. And then okay, save. And there it goes, and I'm done. And I can close out of that and see my mail merge is still there, but I finished it. Okay. I don't have to save this. I already saved the file. So if I were to go back, I'm gonna click on File Explorer here, the little folder, and then I'm going to go underneath my PC. I'm gonna look at downloads, and then here are my labels. Okay, so I'm gonna double click, and there they are. So I hope that helped you. Y'all better keep this video. Some of y'all need to make labels, and next year you will see how to make labels.